Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. One thing that I'm pleasantly surprised to see in squad battle is the restrictions. And so I wanted to make a video here. Dang, I was ranked 69 like 5 minutes ago, and so I wanted to make the video, but then I got interrupted. So I dropped to rank 70. Tragedy. Anywho, I wanted to make a video because in Gold League, and hopefully it will continue in Platinum and Vibranium, the restrictions are pretty good. So for those of you that didn't make it to the Gold League, I will run through them now. We've got, of course, Blast Superhero Male, which is still pretty vanilla. It's very, very similar to the Blast Male that we had before. This one just excludes Tier 3 Cyclops. We've got Universal Superhero Male. So this actually makes Thor meta again for squad battle specifically. And if they improve the squad battle rewards, which they absolutely should, then that would be a good reason, or that could be a motivation to Tier 3 Thor and work on him, which is nice to see. We still have the no restriction, the no criteria. We have Combat Villain, which is exactly the same as the Combat Villain or the Combat Male that we had in the last one. It's almost exactly the same. So we have a bit of laziness and a bit of creativity. We've got Speed Superhero Male, which is again very similar. I think last week it was Speed Male, so they're just adding superhero to that, which doesn't actually change anything. And then here we have Mutant Female. So this is where we start to get some interesting combinations. We're going to be seeing Mutant. We're going to be seeing Human, which we don't have yet. And we're also going to be seeing Inhuman. So it seems that Marvel Future Fight has decided on these three subcategories besides gender and besides typing. So rather than just Blast, Speed, Combat, Universal, and then Female, Male, Hero, Villain, they're also going to mess with your race type thing. So we've got mutant and human, and we've got other, I guess. Oh no, mutant and human, other, yes, and alien. Ooh, there's also alien. It'd be nicer if they further delineated. Like, it's weird that Thor and Thanos are technically both alien. I mean, Thor should be, they should make a race for Asgardians. I think there's enough Asgardians in the game, but that's just me. However, it does mean that Thor is meta. So I wanted to do a little run here with Thor for you guys. I think this is the top team for today. I don't think there's any team that comes anywhere close. So if you're trying to nab that 800,000, or if you're trying to push for top 3, you definitely need to be using this team. If you want to go super ultra plus ultra, Thor would have a CTP of Rage, and you would have a build based around that. And then Hyperion or Ghost Panther would have a CTP of Insight. But we're going to jump in now. Oh my gosh, we cannot jump in because my inventory is tragically full. Well, right after I fix my inventory, we will jump in. I know the rewards for squad battle are bad, but on the plus side, it does let us use characters that we don't usually and normally use. And I think that is at least one thing. I mean, I can still use Thor, and I think some people still use Thor for a lot. It seems as though the very specific and very niche restrictions are only going to be seen in Platinum and Vibranium, but at least they're trying a little bit. A little bit is better than nothing, of course. It's not exactly what we wanted, but it's also not, use anyone you want, just fly through this content in 2 seconds. And, the rewards are bad, but everything else about this game mode, I think, is really good. So we're collecting all these orbs here. You can kind of call this an impromptu guide at the same time. I think Thor is really good for this. Now, the difficult thing is going to be, yeah, there. Did you see that? It went by really fast. His Tier 3 cancels if there are no enemies. And because his Tier 3 skill does damage right at the beginning, it does, it wipes everyone off the field, and then there's no one to target. So then his Tier 3 just doesn't do anything. So that's one of the bummers for the first 2 waves. In the last wave against Surtur, which is also hilarious because it's Thor versus Surtur, just like the beginning of Thor... was it Thor Ragnarok? I guess it was. There we go. We got it to land. So this is cool. They're going to spawn in and basically, well, they're just outside of the lightning zone. That's annoying. But okay, well, it didn't work at all. Sad days. The ones that were in the zone, if they had been in the auto zone, they would have gotten lightning and they would have just died instantly. So you can sort of appreciate the design a little bit more on Luna's Tier 3 because she has a wind-up where she doesn't do any damage. So that actually allows her to always pull off her Tier 3 skill, which then makes her super good for squad battle because she can wipe the floor with so many enemies and get through so many more waves, which increases her score. But this round 1 score is not bad at all. No more enemies to spawn. That was weird. I think sometimes you need to run around. If you stay still, you actually don't spawn the enemies. So we're going to run around. 204 is not bad at all. We want to get to about 450 at the end of 2 rounds here. And you also want to collect as many orbs as possible. Remember, every orb that you collect is going to give you 10% all attack. So you might not need it. Well, you shouldn't need it against these little guys, but you will absolutely need it against Surtur. So it's good to get into the habit of collecting them. It'd be nice if Thor had like lightning around him all the time, kind of like Magneto. I think that'd be pretty cool. He kind of almost has that. And he sort of gets that effect on his tier 3 when he lands it. It's just, you can't really land it if the enemies are constantly dying. So, we're doing pretty well here. I think the highest score I've seen is about 1.5 million for Thor, with probably a full character bonus for all the Awakened characters and all the tier 3s. I don't have a full bonus because I'm missing 3 tier 3s, and I'm missing 3 Awakened characters, so I'm about 6% off. I think that the top you can have right now is 30%. I'm at 24 or 25%. We didn't get that one to land. That was actually a bit of a mistake there. Because does he lose his beard on the tier 3 animation? I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, in Thor Ragnarok, he fights Surtur at the beginning. It's more of a comedy, but it's pretty good. I like that scene. Okay, so we got 452. That's not bad. So now we're going to go ham on Surtur. The thing is, Thor doesn't do that much damage, so we're actually not going to pop his tier 3 skill right away. We are going to wait for the first couple rounds of these orbs to drop. So that we got a 30% attack boost. I think when we get up to 60%, we're going to pop it. He doesn't lose his beard. That's good. We're up to 90% now. Doing way more damage. There we go, 100%. I'm gonna pop the co-op there. Okay. The nice thing here is, so we pop the tier 3, and now the lightning is going to allow us to kill all these mobs when they spawn right away. You can see that most of them are just dying without me having to focus on them specifically. We also want to make sure we don't get stunned by Surtur. That could be bad. But yeah, who would have thought that Thor would become more relevant in 2020 with the delay of all these Marvel movies, etc. Not that Thor Love and... Oh, I got stunned. Not that Thor Love and Thunder was coming out anytime soon, but still. See, I wish I had my tier 3 already built up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough light here, but we're going to pop it anyways. You can see that the damage drastically drops once you don't have any more light. So we're at 1.1 million. I don't quite think we're going to get the top score for Thor for all of the players in my league. I keep getting stunned or kind of knocked back, but it's not bad. I think the mobs stop spawning at this point. Yeah, I'm not even going to... Man, I'm like barely cracking 1.1 million. Yeah, the light, it adds so much damage. I think the light probably adds, or sort of acts like all defense down. I wouldn't be surprised. So we got 1.113. 1113 million. It's going to add on our bonus for 345, for almost 350. So we got almost, not bad. We got almost 1.5 million. So yeah, and we got those rewards there. We have 2 chests to pop, so we're going to pop these chests. These videos would be so much more important if the rewards in Squad Battle were worthwhile. Now, the rewards in Squad Battle, I mean, yeah, you can get lucky. Wow, I got 20 Mandalay gem fragments. You can get lucky, and you can get a crit reward or whatever, but chances are you're not going to get lucky, and chances are you are going to get something that makes you feel like your effort's not really being valued. I mean, if you consider this, you know, I spent the 800 CCF, I gave him a CTP of Rage, I got a paywall character in Hyperion to Mythic, or to tier 2, and then I mythicked his uniform. I have another paywall in Ghost Panther there. That team represents a lot of money invested, and it's nice to play with Thor, and it's nice to know that Thor is #1 for certain content, and he can do Stage 99 Ebony, he can solo Galactus, yeah, but the rewards are really not, you know, they're really not equal to the amount of effort you're putting into it. And I can't, at this point, I can't recommend that players build up a character for Squad Battle specifically to try to push. If the rewards were better, if there were, instead of being 3 rewards here, if there were like 6 rewards here, if there was, you know, extra Mandalay fragments, if there was gold, if there were tier 3 materials, stuff like that, then you could definitely justify it. But at this point, you know, most players build up characters for either world boss pushing, which you can definitely see the rewards in pushing world boss, conqueror level, you get 50 CCF, you get Odin's blessings, yada yada yada. It's like some really good stuff there. Or they do it for things like PvP or ABX for the prestige, for, you know, the alliance bonding and building up and strengthening, because people want to build on what they have and they want to build a community and sort of build up a team. And what's better than a team of 40 players who are all playing together and sort of, you know, building up together. So yeah, there you can see I'm at 25, so I'm missing Mystique, Sunbird, War Tiger, Scarlet Witch. I'm missing, so I guess the top is 31, because I'm also missing Black Panther and Spider-Man. I guess the top would be 31%, and so I'm missing 6%. So that could actually affect my score quite a bit. That's another reason to build up tier 3s and awakened characters for squad battle. But again, these are the most expensive characters in the game. The rewards for building them up should be more than just adding a little bit to your score, so that what? You can get 5th place instead of 6th place? There is no reward for placing 6th or 5th. There's only a reward for placing in the top 3. We know that. The other thing that I wanted to bring up quickly, and I think the devs already know this. I mean, it would be shocking if they didn't. But what is to stop people from intentionally downgrading or intentionally losing 1 week of squad battle in order to be demoted, and then just purposely bouncing between leagues? Now, I don't actually know if it's better rewards overall. I mean, you only guarantee yourself 60 Mandalay gem fragments by actually playing squad battle for the week. You know, so let's say you're in Vibranium and you know you're not going to get top 3. Instead of getting those 60 Mandalay gem fragments and then guaranteeing that you're not going to get top 3 in the next week because you'll stay in Vibranium and you'll get another 60, which is 120. You could get 0 from the boxes. You basically skip playing squad battle altogether. You get a score of 0. You get demoted down to platinum or whatever league you were in. And then in that league, you know you can guarantee yourself top 3. So then you play hard. You get those 60 fragments. So it's only a difference of 60 fragments on average and 6 boxes, which the 6 box rewards are random. So there's not even a guarantee that you're getting more Mandalay gem fragments. And then in that lower league, you will guarantee yourself top 3, you'll get the top 3 rewards, and then you'll get promoted back to the next league, and then you'll do the thing all over again. Designing rewards and designing a league around that kind of logic is really dumb. It's really dumb. It's anti-competition, and it's anti-interactive, because you're basically telling people, you know, listen, if you get first place, like you get 70, you get more for getting first place than you do for actually playing, right? And then you get 70 at the end, and it only goes up by 20 from gold to platinum. So why don't I just skip 1 week? I lose out on the, I'll get the league rewards, I'll get the 90, and then I'll lose the 60. But then when I drop down, I'll get, instead of losing the 60, I'm getting back 70 because I'll place it first. And so you're going to have a group of players who might think this is a better idea. And it's also better because they have to spend less time playing. That's the other thing, right? That's the more attractive thing. I'm telling you that you might be able to get as many or more Mandalay fragments by playing half as much squad battle as other people. How stupid does that sound? Okay, you're going to work out for half as long, but your muscles are going to get bigger than other people's muscles, right? I mean, if everyone's working out in the same way, obviously if you're just going into the gym and like throwing weights around and not working out properly and targeting the muscles, this is not the best analogy. I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is, if you take this analogy, or if you take what this is in squad battle and you apply it to other games, it just sounds dumb. And so I think the devs really need to reconsider the way that we rank up, the way that it's like promoted at top 20, demoted under 20%. And they absolutely, like without question, the most important thing here to fix this is they need to introduce rewards for every bracket. So maybe if you're in the bottom 20%, if you basically don't play, if you register a score of 0, if you register a really low score, you should not get any extra rewards. You should just get the league reward, whatever it is. But like Timeline Battle, they need to introduce rewards at different percentages for the players who are trying their best and they don't want to get demoted and they're actually playing and participating, but they're just not strong enough, or they don't have enough of a build to actually get, all the way there. Like, they need to do this. So even if it's just like 20 fragments, 40 fragments, 60 fragments, you know, for 60 fragments for placing in the top 11 to 30%. That's enough of an incentive to stop people from doing what I just explained. Because otherwise, why wouldn't they do what I just explained? You play half as much squad battle, you only play every other week, and you're going to get the same, if not more, rewards than other players who are playing every week. Why wouldn't you do that? So, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. I'm glad to see more unique builds being put on display and being, like, you know, forced here. Obviously, you're still seeing a lot of, like, super meta characters like Jean Grey, so it's not, you know, we're not seeing Daredevil and Kid Kaiju and stuff like that. But this is a step in the right direction. They understand that this is what we want. We don't want to be playing with the same 5 Barbies every single day in every single game mode. I don't mind playing with the same 5 Barbies in World Boss, but every single game mode should have you use different characters. That way you feel like you're getting value out of your entire roster. You feel the need to embrace and build your entire roster. The devs make more money because you're investing in more characters. It's, you know, it's a cyclical thing where everyone gets something out of it, and it's beneficial for everyone. On top of that, on top of taking this to the next level and introducing even more interesting restrictions, they absolutely need to address this issue of purposely demoting yourself to get better rewards, and they need to introduce rewards at percentages, you know, top 1%, even if you didn't score in the top 100 or whatever, or just you know, you have specific rewards for the top 3, right? So right now, if I place first, I'm going to get 70, 50, or 40. Why don't you give, you know, 25 to everybody who's ranked 4 to 10, and then give 20 to everyone who's ranked 11 to 20. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a huge amount of Mandalay fragments, but it's something. It's something. So anywho, let me know what you think of Squad Battle and Thor coming back to the meta or not. I don't know. Who knows? Is meta defined by how good your rewards are? I'm not sure. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.